Myths vs. reality, financial aid literacy. Myth 1. The FAFSA form takes forever to fill out and it's really hard to do. In reality, if you've got 30 minutes to spare, you're good, because that's about how long it takes to fill out the FAFSA form. It's also not nearly as hard as you might think. Myth 2. My parents make too much money, so I won't qualify for aid. In reality, there is no income cutoff to qualify for federal student aid. Many factors, such as the size of your family and your year in school, are taken into account. And remember, when you fill out the free application for federal student aid (FAFSA) form, you're also automatically applying for funds from your state and possibly from your school as well. In fact, some schools won't even consider you for any of their scholarships, including academic scholarships, until you've submitted a FAFSA form. Don't make assumptions about what you'll get. Fill out the FAFSA form and find out. Myth 3. Only students with good grades get financial aid. In reality, while a high grade point average will help a student get into a good school and may help with academic scholarships, most of the federal student aid programs and some state aid programs do not take a student's grades into consideration. Provided a student maintains satisfactory academic progress in his or her program of study, federal student aid will help a student with an average academic record complete his or her education. Myth 4. I don't have good credit, so I can't get a student loan. Incorrect. In reality, you don't need to get a credit check for most federal and student aid loans, except for Direct Plus loans. Also, you won't need a cosigner to get a federal student loan in most cases. Myth 5. My parents aren't U.S. citizens, so there's no way I'll get aid. In reality, your parents' citizenship status is not a factor, and the FAFSA form won't even ask you about it. If your parents don't have a social security numbers, they must enter 000000000 when the FAFSA form asks for their social security numbers. Myth 6. I support myself, so I don't have to include parent information on the FAFSA form. In reality, this is not necessarily true. Even if you support yourself and file taxes on your own, you may still be considered a dependent student for federal student aid purposes. If you are considered dependent, you must provide your parents' information on the FAFSA form. The form asks a series of questions to determine your dependency status. You can preview the questions at studentaid.gov/dependency. Myth 7. I can't file my FAFSA form in October because I haven't applied to any schools. In reality, actually, you can complete your FAFSA form before submitting any college applications. You'll need to list at least one school on your FAFSA form, but go ahead and add every school you're considering because some schools have early deadlines to apply for their limited funds. Then later, you can add or delete schools on your FAFSA form. Myth 8. I'll have to update my FAFSA form after I file my taxes in the spring, won't I? Reality, no. Just enter the tax information the form asks for, or better yet, transfer it directly from the Internal Revenue Service if you're offered that option while applying, and you're good to go. No need to update later. Myth 9. I didn't qualify for financial aid last year, so filling out the FAFSA form again is just a waste of time. In reality, it's super important to fill out a FAFSA form every year you're in college. Why? Because things can change. For instance, your school or state might create a new grant or scholarship, or the factors used to calculate your aid could change from one year to the next. Either way, if you don't submit a new FAFSA form, you're out of luck. Myth 10. Federal student aid is just free money like grants. In reality, federal student aid includes three different kinds of financial help: grants, low-interest loans, and work-study funds, a part-time job on or near campus. To learn more about the different types of federal student aid, visit studentaid.gov/types. Myth 11. I can't receive Hope Scholarship because I did not graduate high school as a Hope Scholar. In reality, a student who was not academically eligible for the Hope Scholarship as an entering college freshman may become eligible for the Hope Scholarship after attempting 30, 60, or 90 semester hours, or 45, 90, or 135 quarter hours of study with the minimum 3.0 cumulative post-secondary grade point average. Myth 12. I am not eligible for state aid because I didn't graduate as a Hope Scholar. In reality, the state of Georgia offers different kinds of financial help including grants, scholarships, and student loans. The Hope Grant and Hope Career Grant is available to students who meet residency requirements regardless of high school graduation status. For more information, visit gafutures.org. Myth 13. Hope is not financial aid and I don't have to apply for it. In reality, state aid, including Hope, is a form of financial aid just like federal grants, loans, and scholarships. Although you can complete a GS-FAPS state aid application, students are encouraged to complete the FAFSA since it determines federal and state aid. Now that we have debunked a few myths about financial aid, apply now. The FAFSA application can be found at fafsa.ed.gov, and the school code is 010487-WACO. For additional resources, such as the GS-FAPS application, you can go to gafutures.org, or for WGTC scholarship page, go to www.westgatech.edu/discover/wgtc/foundation/scholarship/. Got any questions? Feel free to contact the Office of Financial Aid at 855-286-3462 toll-free phone. Our fax 770-537-7995. Email us at financialaid@westgatech.edu. We are also located at Carroll, Coweta, Douglas, Murphy, and Troup campuses.